She walked in wearing cotton white, sunset in her eyes, barefoot on that red dirt road, June fire in the sky. Preacher said forever while the church bells softly rang, but all I heard was my heartbeat whispering her name. She laughed and the whole world slowed like a river down in May, and every lonely mile I drove just washed away. I was boots and smoke and rambling, she was sweet southern grace. Yeah, heaven showed up wrapped in cotton and lace. Cotton and lace spin me around, two hearts dancing while the sun went down. Hey girl, hold on tight, don't let go tonight. We were made for these small town lives. Through the storms and the hard old days, you're still my fire in a wild world's haze. Cotton and lace, kiss me slow, like that first love song on an old back road. Now there's silver in her hair and old vinyl on the shelf, Sunday coffee in the kitchen and a porch we built ourselves. We've cried through the hard times, prayed through every scar. Still she shines beside me like a lonely country star. And every night I thank the Lord for the life we made together, 'cause a love like this just keeps getting better. Folks ask how we made it this far down the line. I say love ain't perfect, it just stays through every fight. You keep showing up, keep holding on strong, and keep slow dancing even when the band's gone. Cotton and lace spin me around, still falling for you like that first hometown. Hey girl, after all this time, you're still the rhythm beating in this heart of mine. Cotton and lace beneath these stars above, that's what forever feels like when it's real love. Pulling half broke, having nowhere Texaco, dust on the tires and nowhere left to go. Radio fading through the static and the night, small town neon glowing underneath the pale moonlight. Then she stepped out laughing with a coffee in her hand, hair blowing wild like a weed across the land. One look from her and every lonely mile I drove started feeling less like running and more like coming home. She said, "Where you headed?" I said, "Girl, I'm just rolling on." She smiled and said, "Funny, that's exactly what I'm on." Right there by those gas pumps under that buzzing glow, felt like heaven lit a match somewhere down below. We were gasoline and grace, hearts on fire, full speed ahead, windows down, singing old songs we both knew by heart instead. No plans, no promises, just two souls trying to heal and turning gasoline and grace. Baby, that's what love is for. We chase sunrise through the back roads and tiny county lines, shared stories over diner coffee until closing time. She talked about her daddy and that farm she left too soon. I talked about the nights that whiskey couldn't pull me through. She grabbed my hand and laughed soft, said, boy, let the past fade out. You can't keep driving forward, staring backward the whole route. By the time that morning sunlight poured across the dash, the man I used to be was disappearing fast. Every road that broke my heart somehow led me to that little station stop, and falling hard for you. Love don't always show up dressed in diamonds, dressed to kill. Sometimes it rides shotgun through Tennessee back hills. And grace ain't always found inside some church on Sunday morning. Sometimes it's in a stranger and making you wanna live once more. Yeah, gasoline and grace, running wild through the night. Two restless hearts finally getting something right. No map, no destination, just your hand holding mine, and that old truck rolling steady toward a brand new life. Every lonely road I prayed would lead somewhere led me to gasoline and grace. There was whiskey on the dashboard, rain running down the glass. I was driving through the ghosts of us, swearing I'd move past. Then I saw your silhouette under that Texaco sign, and every song we used to play came rushing back alive. You said, boy, you still got that look that wrecked me back in 19. And right there in that parking lot, the whole world hit repeat. We were smoking up the midnight, crying over old goodbyes. Two hearts burning like neon lights. Yeah, your name still feels like home, even after all this time. Girl, we never really died. Girl, we never really died. Oh, your hair still smells like summer, wildflowers and gasoline, and your laugh still cuts right through me like a Tennessee dream. We talked until the sunrise, like nothing ever changed. Just two runaway believers finding their way back again. No, it wasn't perfect, but neither were we. And maybe that's the reason you disappear with the moon, but some stay alive in the darkest room, waiting on one more truth. Back in like my favorite memory, and this time I ain't letting go. We were parked by the river, where the gravel meets the pines. Cheap beer in the cooler, red dirt on the tires tonight. That old radio was playing something George Jones slow, and the sunset hit your blue eyes like a Tennessee gold glow. We slid a little closer while the fireflies came alive, boots hanging off the tailgate underneath that summer sky. There ain't no mansion in the city, there ain't no neon shining bright could ever beat the way you looked in that fading amber light. Girl, the whole world disappeared when you whispered in my ear. Whoa, hold me like the moonlight, dance with me till sunrise, spin this old truck radio all night long. Whoa, hearts beating like a back road, slow kiss with the stars close, you and me singing every word to our song. If heaven's got a front porch and a red sky view, I bet it looks a whole lot like me and you. Your hair smelled like wildflowers after that July rain, and every time you laughed, girl, it washed away my pain. The little Ford bench seat became our own small town dream, just two country souls running wild in 17. The crickets kept on singing while the moon climbed up so high, and every little moment felt frozen in time. You traced your name across my hand and smiled so sweet and low, like you already knew I'd never let you go. Out there in the midnight breeze, you were everything to me. Whoa, hold me like the moonlight, dance with me till sunrise, spin this old truck radio all night long. Whoa, hearts beating like a back road, slow kiss Let that old guitar keep crying through the midnight glow. And if tomorrow never comes, girl, one thing stays true. Every road I ever dreamed of somehow led to you. Whoa, hold me like the moonlight, love me till the sunrise. Leave your lipstick on this old white tee. Whoa, small town California, sweet southern hallelujah. Girl, your love still feels like freedom to me. If heaven's got a front porch and a red sky view, I know it looks exactly like me and you.
My daddy swung a hammer like a preacher swings the word. Didn't say too much, but every nail I heard. Built our little white house on stubborn Georgia clay. Turned blood, sweat, and sacrifice into a place that stayed. Every crooked hand he carried told a story of his own, and every crack in those old walls somehow still felt like home. He'd say, son, don't build it fast, build it strong enough to last. 'Cause love ain't in the money, it's the memories we stack. A house becomes a heaven when the right hearts walk inside, and the things worth keeping standing take a lifetime to get right. So I grabbed the hammer and the bell off that old wooden shelf the day we laid my father down, and I was lost myself. Then you walked through my broken world like a light through pouring rain, and board by board, kiss by kiss, you brought me back again. Now every laugh, every prayer, every dream we've ever held lives inside these walls we built with a hammer and a bell. Never wanted fancy cars or California lights, just a front porch swinging me beside you every night. A kitchen full of Sunday songs, muddy boots by the door, little footsteps running wild across these hardwood floors. And every dream you whispered turned into my reason why to build a life worth coming home to, till the day I die. Some men leave behind a name carved cold in stone, but I'd rather leave a table where my family still comes home. Pictures in the hallway, old guitars against the wall, and your voice still echoing through every room and hall. Yeah, the hammer and the bell still ring through all these years, through every storm we made it through, through every joy and tear. And when they ask what built this love that time could never fail, I'll point to you and all we made.
and the bell.
Grandma stitched by the firelight late into the night, turning ripped up memories into something warm and right. She'd say, love ain't shiny, boy, it don't stay new for long. It's the hands that keep on holding when everything goes wrong. Every faded patch she sewed carried tears and time, but somehow all those broken pieces fit perfectly in line. And I still hear a voice when the cold world weighs you down, when your smile starts disappearing and your heart can't make a sound. You lean into my shoulder while the hard rain fills the sky, and every storm we make it through keeps this love alive. I wanna be the warm side of your quilt tonight, the safe place you run to when the world ain't treating you right. Not the pretty side hanging up for everybody's eyes, but the soft side full of memories and lullabies, the one that knows your heartache, every scar you ever hid. Baby, wrap yourself around my love and rest a little bit. Yeah, I wanna be the warm side. You've carried her like heavy boots through roads nobody sees, smiling through the heartbreak while your soul drops to its knees. But darling, you don't gotta hide those tired eyes from me. I'll sit beside your silence till you finally breathe free. We'll drink coffee in the morning while the sun breaks through the blinds, and thank the Lord together for another little trial. 'Cause love ain't just fireworks burning fast and bright. It's staying when it's hard and holding on all night. It's whispered prayers at midnight, hands reaching through the dark and choosing one another when the world falls apart. Worn down don't mean broken, time only makes it real. The strongest kind of comfort comes from hearts that truly heal. Every faded thread between us tells a story we survived, and every scar we carry proves this love's alive. So let me be the warm side of your quilt always, the peace you hold on to through all your hardest days. Not flawless, not brand new, just faithful through the years, holding all your laughter, your memories and tears. And when this old world turns cold and the night feels built to kill, baby, come lay down with me on the warm side
of the quilt. You came into my life like a storm rolling through July, smelling like fresh rain beneath the southern sky. I was worn down to nothing, just rust and broken dreams, living every day half awake, somewhere in between. And you smiled across that gravel road beneath the county light, and suddenly this old world started shining bright. You moved like freedom dancing through the tall Tennessee pines, and somehow your wild heart found mine. You're a wildflower in the wind, beautiful and free, and I'm just a steady river. Baby, come run to me. You can wander through the valleys, you can chase the endless sky, but I'll be standing here forever every time you pass me by. You bloom where heaven touches earth beneath the summer sun, and every road I've traveled leads me back to where you're from. You're a wildflower in the wind, untamed and softly wild, and loving you has made this old life worthwhile. Your laugh rings through the morning like a church bell, clear and true, and every time you say my name I fall again for you. Folks around this little town say we're too different to survive, but they don't know the way your love makes me feel alive. I'd spend 1,000 lifetimes searching every winding road just to end up in your arms, where my restless spirit goes. You turn my empty silence into songs I finally sing, like a wildflower carried by the wind. So bloom right here beside me, let your colors fill these fields. I'll be the ground beneath your feet, your shelter and your shield. And when the storms come rolling through and the cold nights arrive, I'll hold you close beside me and keep your flame alive.